The American Southwest, a land of harsh beauty, unforgiving sun and whispering winds. This is where the Apache people thrived for centuries. They were masters of survival, warriors of unmatched skill. Their secret weapon, the Apache Scouts, feared and respected. These warriors were the eyes and ears of their people. They could disappear into the landscape, moving like phantoms. They were masters of tracking, camouflage, and survival. The Apache Scouts were not just skilled trackers and fighters, they were deeply connected to their environment. They understood the language of the desert. They knew every plant, every animal track, every twist and turn of the canyons. This deep connection to the land was passed down through generations. These skills weren't just for warfare, they were essential for survival in a challenging environment. The Apache Scouts were masters of finding water in the driest arroyos. They knew how to hunt game and find edible plants. Their knowledge was the difference between life and death. The Apache Scouts were true survival experts. Their story is a powerful reminder that we can learn a lot from the past. Their skills and wisdom are just as relevant today as they were centuries ago. For the Apache Scouts, becoming one with the environment was paramount. Their camouflage techniques were legendary. They would use mud and dust to blend their skin tones with the earth. They even fashioned clothing from natural materials, mimicking the colors and textures of their surroundings. But blending in was only half the battle. The Apache Scouts were also masters of observation. They could spot the slightest movement in the distance. They could identify animal tracks and interpret their meaning. They paid attention to the smallest details, understanding that even the slightest clue could mean the difference between safety and danger. This keen sense of observation wasn't just about sight. They used all their senses. They could smell water from miles away. They could hear the faintest sound, like a twig snapping underfoot. They could even taste the air, detecting changes in the wind that signaled approaching weather. This heightened awareness was their secret weapon. By becoming one with their surroundings, they could anticipate danger and move unseen. It was a skill honed through generations of living in harmony with nature, a true testament to the power of human observation. Tracking was an essential skill for the Apache Scouts. It was about more than just following footprints. It was about reading the story written on the ground. They could determine the type and size of an animal. They could tell how long ago it had passed and how fast it was moving. A broken twig, a disturbed patch of grass, a feather caught on a thorn. These were all clues to be deciphered. They could even tell if an animal was wounded or healthy. This knowledge was crucial for hunting and for avoiding danger. They didn't just track animals, they also tracked people. They could identify different types of footprints. They knew whether a person was friend or foe, how many were in a group, and what their intentions might be. This skill required incredible patience, focus, and a deep understanding of the natural world. The Apache Scouts were masters of reading the subtle whispers on the wind and the faintest marks on the land. Section 4. Silent warriors, moving unseen and unheard. The Apache Scouts were masters of stealth. They moved through the desert and forests like silent predators. They knew how to use the terrain to their advantage, sticking to the shadows and using natural cover. They moved with a grace and fluidity that was almost supernatural. Every step was deliberate, every movement calculated. They knew how to avoid making noise. They even wore soft-soled moccasins that allowed them to move silently across any terrain. They were experts at disappearing into the landscape. Their stealth wasn't just about moving quietly. It was also about being invisible to the eye. They understood the importance of light and shadow. They knew how to use camouflage to break up their outlines and blend in with their surroundings. This combination of stealth and agility made them formidable warriors. They could approach their enemies undetected, striking with deadly precision. Their ability to move unseen and unheard was a testament to their deep connection with the natural world and their mastery of the art of invisibility.